So you're biting your nails thinking about entrepreneurship, huh? Want to build something amazing? Maybe escape that 9 to 5?
I bet.
Well, stick around. We're diving deep with Daniel Priestley. This guy's built, get this, multiple million-dollar businesses.
Wow.
Not just that, he founded an accelerator, helped thousands of entrepreneurs find their way. We're going to dig into his advice, the real gems, not the fluff.
Right, because who needs more get-rich-quick schemes?
Seriously, nobody's got time for that.
What I like about Priestley is he cuts to the chase. You don't need some crazy million-dollar idea to make it.
It's funny, right? We all wait for that magic light bulb moment.
Totally. He actually says straight up, ideas alone, they're worthless. It's all in how you execute them.
Love that. It's not the thought, it's what you do with it. So where do we even begin? How do you know if an idea is worth it without, like, spending all your time and money?
He's big on this. Test your ideas fast and without breaking the bank. He uses this cool tactic, Elon Musk does it too. It's waiting lists.
Oh, like with the Tesla Model 3, the Cybertruck, those were huge just because of the hype from those lists.
You got it? Musk used that to see how much demand there was before he even built anything.
Right.
It's like pre-selling your product, but big time. Even Rolex does this.
Seriously?
Yeah, they're not even selling watches anymore. They're selling, like, the exclusivity of waiting.
That's genius marketing, making people really want it.
Exactly. And anyone can do it. Priestley says just build a simple page online, offer to put people on a waiting list for your idea, and see what happens. Low cost, low risk. You see if people are actually interested.
That's awesome. It takes the pressure off needing a perfect product right away.
You're just dipping your toes in the water first.
All right.
It's like treat your business like a science experiment. You test, you analyze, you adjust based on the results. Don't get too attached to an idea if it's not working.
Got to be able to pivot, change things up. So keeping your ego out of it is key.
100%. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about listening to what's working in the real world and making smart decisions from there.
So we talked about testing ideas, but what about that fire in your belly? Everyone says follow your passion, but is that really all there is to it?
Right. It's everywhere you hear it these days.
What do you think?
Priestley has a different take. He says, passion, that's your fuel when things get rough. It's not always the thing that starts it all.
So it's not that first spark, it's more like the stamina to keep going when you hit a wall.
You got it. He compares it to like the foundation of a house. You got to have it, but it's not the furniture or what you decorate with, you know?
Makes sense. It's what holds you up when everything else is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's not all about passion, what else matters?
He talks about this triangle, your origin story, your mission, and your vision. Origin story, that's like your highlight reel. Those moments, good or bad, that made you who you are.
Finding those patterns in your life, the things you're naturally drawn to.
Exactly. Knowing what you're good at. Your mission, that's what you're doing right now, the actions you're taking to get to that bigger goal.
And the vision, that's the big dream, the impact you want to make.
Bingo. Priestley's point is, when these three things line up, your past, your present, your future, that's where the real power comes from.
Like all the puzzle pieces fitting together.
Right. And here's the thing people can tell when you're being real. When they see that drive, those actions matching your values, they're more likely to get on board.
They want to be part of it, right? Something bigger than themselves.
Totally. So forget chasing that fleeting passion. Find that deeper connection between who you are, what you're doing, and where you're going. That's how you build something that lasts.
Building a story, not just a business. So let's say you've got all that figured out, you're ready to go, but you're starting small, maybe not a lot of money to throw around. How do you get things moving?
Priestley's a great example. He didn't start with a ton of cash. He's got this story when he was only 16.
Wait, is this the vending machine one?
You know it. He got vending machines for his school, totally free, just by being confident and having a good pitch.
I love that. You don't need to be some big shot to make big moves.
For real. Another one, he got like 10 grand worth of camera stuff just from an email. His trick, he calls it with or without you energy.
Okay, now I gotta hear this. What's that mean?
It's like, instead of acting desperate, you come from a place of abundance. You're giving them a chance to be part of something awesome, but you'll make it happen either way.
So less begging, more like, this is a win-win, you'd be great to have, but I'm moving forward regardless.
Nailed it. It's believing in yourself so much that other people feel it too. People are drawn to success.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, this train's leaving, with or without you.
That's powerful. Everyone wants to be part of something bigger. So even if you're starting small, be resourceful, be confident, have a strong vision.
Exactly. Focus on what you can control, your attitude, how you approach things, the value you bring.
Let go of the rest. Speaking of things we can't control, let's talk money. Times are tough, people are worried about finances. What's Priestley's take on investing when you don't have a ton of cash to play with? Should you be trying to make quick returns, maybe playing the market?
It's funny, you'd think with all the day trading and crypto, he'd be all about that. But actually, he says invest in yourself first.
So build a strong foundation instead of looking for a quick buck.
That's it. He's big on skills that will always be valuable. Negotiation, sales, public speaking.
Things that never go out of style.
Right. Take that $100 you might gamble with, put it towards a course, something that teaches you real-world skills.
Betting on yourself.
Exactly. And here's something else, just as important as any investment relationships.
Networking, but not the icky kind. How does Priestley suggest building real connections?
He's all about being strategic, not just showing up to things and handing out cards. Find the right people, the ones who can help you, and figure out how you can help them. He actually joined a private bank once.
Wait, he was already successful, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. But he didn't need their banking services. He wanted access to their network, the events they held. He knew that being around other successful people would open doors.
Like he hacked the system, treated his network like an investment.
Exactly. Sometimes you got to invest in experiences, relationships to get to the next level.
We always hear about starting from scratch, building something new. But Priestley, he's got this other idea.
Okay.
What if you took over an existing business? He's talking about all these businesses run by baby boomers getting ready to retire.
That's interesting, right? Everyone's caught up in the startup world, but there's this whole other world of established companies just waiting for someone to take over.
Like they say, one person's trash.
Is another person's treasure.
Exactly. He even calls them boring boomer businesses.
But they're not boring, are they?
Not at all. They've got history, loyal customers. They've already proven they work.
Might not be flashy or high-tech.
But they're solid.
Exactly. And think about it, a little energy, some new ideas, maybe get them online.
Give them a makeover.
They could really take off. He tells this story about his friend, bought this 30-year-old business, made knitting kits.
Knitting kids.
Yeah, not exactly glamorous, but it made money. They focused on online sales, made some updates, and bam, increased the value by, get this, 500% in just 2 years.
No, that's impressive. That's a whole lot of yarn, but you'd need the right skills for that kind of takeover, right?
Definitely. Priestley talks about 2 big ones. Number 1, sales and persuasion. Got to have that.
Makes sense, getting your message out there, bringing in customers. What's the other one?
Deal making. Knowing how to make agreements that benefit everyone, whether you're talking to the sellers, investors, partners, whoever.
Finding those win-win situations, making the pie bigger for everyone.
You got it. You got to be smart, strategic, understand how to create value.
All right, before I wrap things up, can't ignore this. Artificial intelligence, it's everywhere, changing everything, even how we do business. What's Priestley's take on AI and entrepreneurship?
He's into it, definitely. But he's also a little cautious. He says as AI gets more powerful, it's going to be even more important for entrepreneurs to, tap into their human side.
Human side? What's that even mean?
He calls it human vitality. It's that creative spark, the empathy, the ability to connect with people on a real level. Those are things AI, at least for now, can't do.
So not about replacing ourselves with AI, but finding ways to use it to, supercharge our own abilities?
Exactly. It's a tool for us to use, not the other way around.
Yeah.
He's worried that if we're not careful, we'll become too reliant on AI, too passive.
Right, like we become the robots.
He says, and I quote, "Everyone will have to make a conscious decision. Do I want to be a creator or a consumer in relationship to AI?"
That's deep. Are we going to use this technology to build something new, or is it going to use us? That's something to think about, right? Are we using tech to improve our lives, or are we letting it run the show? So there you have it. A deep dive into the mind of Daniel Priestley. Hope you found some golden nuggets in there to take with you on your own journey. Until next time.